What's going on there, guys? So we just used the Milwaukee Fuel brushless handheld blower here. Um, how should I say what my thoughts are? Okay, I'm not that impressed with this blower. I hate to say it. I was really looking forward to this for this Milwaukee outdoor power line to come out. All right, that being said, it's really just the blower. I've played around with the trimmer a little bit and with the hedge trimmer. And this is not a bad blower, but there's a couple things I want to mention about it that I don't like about it. One is the weight of it. Now, it's something that you can kind of play around with, but with this 9 amp hour battery, now it's only a pound heavier than their 5 amp hour battery, but again, when you're dealing with a 9 to 10 pound tool, it's 10% heavier. You know what I'm saying? 10 to 15% heavier. With this 9 amp hour battery, it is heavy, and not so much that it's really heavy, it's just the way the weight is putting strain on your wrist. That's probably the best way to say it. It's just really uncomfortable. I mean, you use this thing for 5 minutes, your wrist is absolutely kidding you. And not 5 minutes, 2 minutes. Using it for like 2 minutes, your wrist is gonna hurt like hell. So that's one of the issues. When I went to like a 5 amp hour battery, it was definitely a lot better. But obviously, when you go to that 5 amp hour battery, you know, you're not gonna get the runtime. You know, they say it's around 20 to 25 minutes with a 9 amp hour battery. So, you know, I used it with the 5 amp hour battery for like 5 minutes, and I still had 3 out of the 4 bars. And it wasn't continuous, probably 5 minutes, probably 4 minutes. So you're probably going to get around 10 to 15 minutes, I would say, with a 5 amp hour battery. But what we're going to do is we're going to test all of these 18 volt blowers out. We're going to use the DeWalt. We're going to use the Makita X2, which uses two 18 volt batteries, but technically it still uses 18 volt batteries. You know, to put this up against, you know, a flex volt with 60 volts or 54 volts, you know, it's really not fair. This is an 18 volt blower, not a 60 volt. So, but that being said, yeah, so the weight is really an issue. And again, not so much the weight, it's just the way the balance of the blower is in your hand. It just puts a lot of strain on your wrist. I'm sure you guys who have it, you can definitely know what I'm talking about, but probably not too many people have it since it just came out a week or two ago. Another thing is, you know, they're saying 450 CFM. I don't really see that. Again, you know, when they test these, they blow balls up in the air, and that looks great on paper and all that, but, you know, when you're actually using it, now, it is stronger than the DeWalt, I think. But then again, it's nowhere near as comfortable as that old 20 volt DeWalt blower that I used. But we're going to test them out, so I don't really want to compare it so much to the other ones until we do that test. But I don't really see that 450 CFM. But you know, it is something that's the ease of use is very easy with this. Obviously, pick it up, pull a trigger, you're ready to go. But, you know, so that being said, that's my early take on it. Just using it today for probably an hour. Another thing, like I talked about in the first review, is, I mean, what I'm gonna do is put some Gorilla Tape here to protect this, because if you leave this down on the ground, this is gonna get all banged up. That's kind of why I like the DeWalt 20 volt, because they kind of have a separate platform and they have a place for the battery to be protected. And that's another thing. You know, it starts raining out here, this battery is going to get soaked. But anyway, I'm running out of time. Yeah, so, you know, that's just my take on it for now. Like I said, we're going to be doing a little face-off with the DeWalt and the Makita, and we'll see which one, you know, performs the best. Give you my opinions on, you know, I include everything: price, you know, power, and, you know, runtime. And, you know, these lithium ion blowers and trimmers and hedge trimmers, you know, they're not gonna replace gas powered equipment to a degree. You know what I'm saying? But if you use them the way you're kind of supposed to use them, you know, you just got done cutting a property, and you know there's grass clippings on the sidewalk, on the driveway, these blowers will work great. It's just, you know, if you want to make that investment into lithium ion right now, you know, could be a good idea for some people, might not be. It's really all up to you. You know, they say runtime and all that. Yeah, you know, but like I said, this is your gas. So if you have two of these batteries, you know, you're going to have 40 minutes or 50 minutes. You know, then if you have a 5 amp hour battery with a drill, you know, yes, it's, you know, it's really no different than carrying gas. You know, people might say, oh, I got to carry 3 or 4 batteries. Well, you got to carry gas too, you know, if you're going to run your equipment. So that's the kind of way you got to look at it. But totally understand if, you know, people who want to stick with gas, going to stick with gas. I'm not changing their mind. This is just, you know, showcasing a certain type of blower that, you know, they're becoming popular, guys. Everyone's coming out with them. I mean, Milwaukee here, DeWalt, Makita, a lot of the big companies, Steel, they have their, I think it's 36 volt. Echo, they all kind of have it. You know, Steel is investing a lot of money into their battery platform stuff. Echo, I don't know what's going on with them and theirs. They kind of gave up. But they put a, you know, that's the thing. If you put a bad product out right off the bat, it kind of really holds back, you know, the whole brand with, you know, if you want to come out with new products with it. Because, you know, that Echo stuff is just, you know, heavy, just very bad performing, you know, a very bad performing first impression that I think they gave with their outdoor line. You know what I'm saying? You know, Ego did a great job. You know, everyone loves Ego. You know, they're 56 volt. They have a backpack blower out now, but it's really, again, up to the person. For homeowners, that's kind of where this stuff is geared right now, in my estimation. You know, DeWalt has that, you know, 40 volt. It's pretty good, but again, I mean, you're not getting any more performance with the blower and with the hedge trimmer than you would with their 20 volt. And the batteries weigh a ton. And if you want to charge them, you got to carry this big box. Like it's like a big box battery and all that. So, yeah, so totally up to you guys. But we're going to do a little bit better comparison against the other in this class. And we'll take it from there. But I do like this blower. It's just there's some cons to it that I think, you know, need to be worked on maybe for the next model that comes out. And to be honest with you, you know, I don't know if I would choose this one over the 20 volt DeWalt right now. Because honestly, right now, if I had to take one out with me, I still love that 20 volt DeWalt. It is just light. It's so comfortable. And I don't know, I'm not seeing that much of a power difference. You know, it says 400 CFM. This says 450. You know, am I seeing a little bit more power out of this? Yeah, a little bit, but not much. And for the weight of it, that's the big drawback right now. But any comments or questions, I'll catch you on the next one.